Hey guys, Cologne here. I'm going to show you how to answer the questions on IXL, and these have to do with percent of change. So it's either an increase or a decrease, and what is that percent of that increase or decrease? Now, I'm going to show you two different ways. You can use either method, okay? I'm going to show you the first way, which was my way when we did the dice activity. And I'm going to show you the other way that Ms. Roberts showed you guys, and which is also the open up way. So when I have a question and it says, what's the percent of change from 8 to 10? From 8 to 10. Well, I know first things first, I need to know what would the original number start with. What would the new number end up being? I need to find that out. I need to find the difference between them as well, because I want to know how much did I go up or how much did I go down. Okay? And then I'm going to take the difference of that and divide by the original, which will give me that decimal. And remember, the decimal has to be changed to a percent. So from a decimal to a percent, you have to multiply by 100. So don't forget that piece at the very end. Okay, if I'm going from 8 to 10, 8 is the number I'm starting with. From 8, I'm going up to 10. Now, some numbers are easier to count up or down than others, but when I say difference, that means I have to subtract. I want to know, how do I count from 8 and go up to 10? Well, I'm going up 2 pieces. So I know the difference is 2 because of 10 minus 8. I'm going to take this number now, and you need to divide by the number you start with. Because you went up from 2 because that's the number you started with. So I know I got to do 2 over 8. Now when you do 2 over 8 on a calculator, you get 0.25. But remember, I want my answer as a percent. So from a decimal to a percent, you multiply this number by 100 or move the decimal 2 places over. Now I want you to understand, on IXL, they give you it as a multiple choice. It's either going to be a decrease or increase, and by how much. So if I'm going from 8 to 10, I'm going to a bigger number, I know this is an increase. That's an increase. And I went up 25%. Okay? Now, let me do the proportion way. And again, you can always pick whichever method you choose. That's the first method. Second method is a proportion. How it's set up is, this side is always percent over 100. Now, this is percent either increase or decrease. You have to know that part. The denominator is always the original number you start with. And the top is usually that difference. It's either the new minus old or old minus new. It depends on which number is bigger, okay? Because we kind of don't want negatives in here, just to let you know. So if I have, what's the percentage from 100 to 86? Well, first off, I know if I'm going from 100 to a number lower than that, this is a decrease. So I already know this is a decrease question. We just don't know about how much. Okay, so we don't know that part, but I know it has to be out of 100. Okay. Now, the good news between using this method, you don't have to worry about multiplying by 100. Whatever answer you get, if it's a whole number, that is the percent already written out for you. You don't got to move the decimal, multiply by 100. So I just want to let you know that. Obviously, in this step, you got to do that, and you guys do well on it. But this one, we don't have to do it if you set it up like a proportion. Now, original number. Well, I started with 100. But I went from 100 down to 86. So I would need to do your old minus your new. So 100 minus 86. Well, you actually get 14%. Now, this one probably didn't require much work because I noticed the denominators are the same. So they're both 100. So if this is 14, so is this. So there is a 14% decrease between 186. These are the kind of problems you're going to be working with on IXL. It's either increase or decrease, and by how much of that percent. So please read it carefully before clicking the right answer. Have a good one.